Everybody, hi there. Welcome to spending quality time with your girl, Eposi Ziton. Today, I'm going to be talking about the whole idea of stepping up your game and the fact that everybody's replaceable. There's nobody who is irreplaceable. So please, try to always step up your game in your marriage, in your friendship, at your job, everywhere you are. Try to always be the best. Try to make sure that you reinvent yourself and make sure that every time that you're not around, people have to miss you and wish that you come back around. So that can only be felt if you do the best. So your best should be always the goal everywhere you are. You have to make yourself in a way that even though everybody's replaceable, but you're going to be missed. So today I'm talking about the whole idea of stepping up your game. Now let's get started. When we talk about stepping up your game, we're talking about making sure that you do your best everywhere you are. If you have a friend, always be there for that friend. Always make sure that that friend feels your impact. They understand that you are important to them. They know that without you, something is lacking. Be that friend to call and check on your friend and see if they are okay and see if they need you for any reason. See if there's something you can do that's going to be beneficial to them and their family. Always do that. For example, if you have a friend who is bereaved, just saying, oh, I hear you're bereaved, that's not good enough. You should be able to check on them. How are you doing? How are you feeling? How are you coping? How is everything going? How is the planning? Is there anything I can do to assist, to help? Don't always look at it from the monetary value, because a lot of times we don't tend to reach out a lot because we're scared that we don't have enough to offer in terms of finances. I've always talked about my shows that offering self is even more than financing, because some people already have the money. They just need people to be able to use that money to execute the various activities. So if you are that friend who is able to call your friend when they are going through any kind of crisis and offer self and talk to them and find out how much you can be there for them, you might be surprised how it's going to be a blessing for them that you're always there. Also, I'm going to talk about the whole idea of being a true friend in terms of offering self and stepping up your game. If you are that friend that your friend calls you and say, honey, I'm feeling sick, you don't have the money to give them the help that you think you want to give them. For example, we know a lot of people who know how to make concoctions, and your friend has a cold. It's your place to tell them, honey, I don't have money, but I do know this concoction that you can make, or I can make it for you if you can offer me the money so it can help you to feel better. Let's not judge, because that's another thing. People want to do that, but sometimes they feel that they're going to be judged. The friend is going to say, oh, so for you to do that for me, I need to give you money. Yes, people go through a lot in their lives. You never know what they're going through. They may not share it with you, but they might be going through some kind of a financial bondage, and they really want you to feel good because they know what can help you to feel good, but they don't have the money to provide that. Be open to the fact that they want to offer self and accept it. If it's a situation where you also don't have the money, you can even be able to talk to a family member or friend and say, my friend has an idea of something that's going to help me, but they don't have the money to do it. Please, can you loan me some money, or can you help me to provide the money? That could be a blessing for you. Stepping up your game as a partner. When you have your husband, don't become too comfortable where you just don't care when they walk into the house. You just be like, oh, well, he just came in. No. Be the one to go to your husband. I always say that your husband is your king. Go to your husband and say, honey, how was your job? How was your day? Did everything go well? How do you feel now? Do you need some rest? Do you need to relax? Do you want to eat? Offer self. Be there and make your partner know that you're very important in their existence. You're very important in their lives. If it's a situation where you have the energy, you can even try to massage them. You know, just rub them a little bit. I know a lot of people say, I don't know how to massage. You don't have to do it like the professionals. It's just something to soothe your partner. Touch them a little bit. Same thing to the man. If your wife comes in, don't just say, well, what can I do? No, there are lots of things you can do. You can come to them and say, honey, how was your day today? You know, do I need to do something to make you feel a little bit relaxed and a little bit comfortable because I know you've had a long day? Just saying that makes them feel good. Stepping up your game as a mother or as a parent. Don't make your children not to miss you or not to have a history or something to talk about you, which is good. Be that parent. If your child is sick or your child comes back from school, go to them and ask them, how was your day? How was your class? How is your teacher? How about your friends in school? Tell me something. Talk to me about your school activities. You know, if the child is sick, offer self. Ask them, do you want some tea? Do you want to sit by mommy? Do you want me just rub you a little bit? Offer self. Always step your game up, because when you step your game up, people always remember the little things. Those are the stories that your children are going to tell their children. Those are the stories that they're going to also tell their husbands. What you're doing, the activities, they're going to also emulate it when they have their own kids, to offer self, to do the same things that you've taught them. Because I always say, kids learn by seeing what you're doing and doing what they see you doing. So you should always try to do all these things to step up your game as a parent, to step up your game as a wife, to step up your game as a friend. Also, stepping up your game to your parents. I know a lot of friends who have said, you know what, we have parents that want too much and we cannot satisfy them. Well, I always say that if you do what you do as an individual and you can live with yourself and know that you did your best, that's all you can do. But you can always step up your game by once in a while just surprise them and give them something more than what they expected. You can surprise them by calling them and just say, Mommy, today I just thought about you, and I say, let me call and see how you're doing. Oh, but you spoke to me yesterday. Yeah, but today I also thought about you and I decided to make that call. Let's all learn to step up our game. At your job place, step up your game. Once in a while, in most jobs, people share lunch and all of that. So once in a while, you might surprise your co-workers and just order pizza. It doesn't cost much. Back home, you can surprise your co-workers and say, you know what, how about if I come in with roasted fish today? I used to do my internship at Social and Women's Services, somewhere around the Boya station area, and these women used to go out there and buy what we call blockades and granuts, and they'll bring it to the office and we all are going to eat and share and just enjoy it. Up till today, I do remember those women. I remember their names, I remember them every day. Not because they gave me money or anything, and a lot of them don't even believe that they are always in my mind. That I remember how they used to go out there and buy blockade and granite and come and share it with us. That's stepping your game in your job place, because guess what? I'll never forget about them. And ever, when I have the opportunity to come across them, I'm always going to tell them this story and do my own little that I can do to show appreciation. Well, like I say, stepping up our game, even in a neighborhood. Once in a while, we can decide when we have a homeowners meeting to just come in with soda and say, I just decided to offer soda to all my neighbors. You are stepping up your game, because you will not believe how just that soda that you've offered them, their relationship with you will take a whole different dimension. They'll always want to be there to protect you, support you, think about you, and always be that messenger who is always trying to look out for you. Try to step your game wherever you are. Even when you go to a place where people are offering you a service, maybe you go to a grocery store, step up your game. When you come in, when somebody want to bring your stuff, most times they're going to say, hi, how you doing? Even when you're going through something, you don't know what they're also going through, even though they're doing their job. Be pleasant to say, oh, nice, thank you. When you're leaving, go ahead and say, I do appreciate everything you just did. Thank you so much for your service. You know, you don't know how much that changes their whole demeanor, changes the way they're going to treat the next customer. Step up your game. Please, as human beings, let's always try to step up our game. Don't always assume that where we are is always the best place and you just stay there. We have to learn to reinvent ourselves. That's why we make all these videos. So people should watch and learn what they had ignored in their lives and try to change their whole way of doing things. That's the reason for most of these videos. Because a lot of these things people know, people think about them, but they don't emulate it. They kind of just ignore. But this is kind of a reminder that you want to be missed. Like I always say, everybody is replaceable. Nobody is irreplaceable. If people were irreplaceable, people would have been living forever. But the fact that people die is because God knows that when you're gone, somebody else is going to take over. And they might not do exactly what you did, but they're going to take your spot and life is going to continue. So the one thing about stepping your game is that even when you're not somewhere, let people miss you, let people think about you, let people be reminded of your activities, let people imagine that, you know, I wish I can be like them. Stepping your game is a very, very, very important aspect of the human existence. Don't be static. Don't stay at a particular place or act a particular way and don't tend to think that you can change or you can do things differently. As human beings, let's all always try to see how much we can step up our game. That is a topic that has a lot of facets. I just tried to touch bit by bit on it, but we can do it as single segments. I'm going to have a segment where I'm going to talk purely on marriage and relationship. Different ways that you can step up your game in your marriage. Everything that you need to do. When I talk about different ways, I'm talking about in its entirety. We're going to also have different ways of stepping up your game as a mom, as a friend, as a co-worker, when we talk about stepping up a game. Well, it's always lovely spending quality time with you all. And bye for now.